Okay, let me ask Nnamdi then. Based on what they've said, I'd like you to focus on how did we manage to lose that game when Messi hit us with one, Musa did it. Messi hit us with two, Musa did it. And what I said on Twitter that day while I was watching that game is, what Messi can do, Musa can do equally well. And he hit, and it was always a case of within 2 minutes of him hitting us, we got it back. But Messi went out, and we still considered one more goal to make us lose that game. How did we lose?
I was really hoping to play devil's advocate and at least counter what they're saying.
Okay, do that very quickly.
It's unfortunate. It's almost impossible to do that. I have to agree with them. The reason why we couldn't win that game was very, very easy, and it's tactical deficiency. He mentioned something. What do we do in training when we're playing Iran? We can't defend set pieces. We can't use set pieces. And with a team that has big, tall, strong guys, you should be able to use your set pieces. Load the box. You're playing a corner. You're playing a free kick. Make your opponents afraid of you. Who is picking up who? You're playing Lionel Messi. There's no need to be in awe. It's a simple tactic that you learn even at basic coaching level. One man track him, one man watch him. That's all. You close down the space, he can't operate. And like he rightly said, he'll have to change his pattern. And once that happens, you have affected the pattern of your opposition. You now dictate the tune. Unfortunately, Nigeria cannot do that. All credit to Keshi. He's a great motivator, a great manager of men. He's a leader. He has always had those qualities. But the truth is, in the modern game, as much as you need to be a leader, you also need to understand the science of football, because people will set out all sorts of funny formations against you. The moment any player who sets out and sees Higuain, Messi, Kun Aguero, Di Maria at the same time, is going to be very, very scared. I mean, this is probably one of the worst case scenarios for any defender. And as a coach, you have to know how to set your line out. Mikel Obi has been a non-event for one simple reason, and I fault Keshi on this. We played the Nations Cup where we played a 4-3-3. Mikel Obi always had mobile midfielders with him. Yeah. But we've dropped Ogo, we've dropped Umba, we've dropped Igebo. These were all the guys who, playing with Onazi, formed a two-man wall for the defense that allowed Mikel to move to where he wanted to throw his passes. But now you have Mikel lying very deeply, not sure if he's shielding the defense or if he's joining the attack. And so everybody has dominated our midfield. Even Iran used one man, Dijaga, to dominate our midfield. We couldn't outplay one man who plays for Fulham. He doesn't even play for a top European side. They got relegated. We couldn't dominate him. When we now met Argentina, they placed two defensive midfielders for us, Gago and Mascherano. We couldn't do anything. They had only two defensive midfielders and put 4 men in the attack, and we couldn't do anything about it. They also dominated us in the midfield. And now we have to face France, that have Matuidi and Pogba, who are probably two of the most vibrant, young, and mobile midfielders.
Very energetic guys.
Luckily for us,
pace as well.
They do. France is there for the taking. But does Nigeria have the tactical discipline to take it? We saw France play Ecuador. Ecuador frustrated them. You know, they missed a few chances, and then the inexperience came out. The same Pogba, Valbuena, the same Sako, Sissoko, they all started shooting wildly. The same people, because they started trying too hard. The experience of Ribery is not there. The guile of Nasri is not there. There are loopholes to be exploited. But do we have that tactical discipline? Sadly, we don't. We have motivation. The problem with being motivated is that once you concede a goal and your heads drop, you have nothing to offer again. Suddenly you become a punching bag for the opposition. We've been lucky so far. I hate to use that word. And we're fortunate to have a world-class player in our side, and that's Nnamdi. So apart from that, we really have not been able to, conjure up anything that can make anybody be afraid of us. Like you rightly said, there is no pattern. And probably that has worked to advantage sometimes. You want to study Nigeria, there's nothing to study. You have just 11 men playing the ball around. It's almost like when we used to play what we call sets in those days. You pick yourselves and play because you know how he runs, you know where to drop the ball. Yeah. You know, I see Onazi taking a lot of shots, and I would have thought by now you would have a coach who is sitting with him, making him take 10, 20 shots a day. Get your shooting accuracy. We don't seem to have, like he said, a robust coaching staff. We don't, and we need that. The solution, however, to all our problems, I think, is to leave Keshi on the job. I think Nigeria's problem has been the fact that we've not allowed local coaches to excel. It's an aspiration thing. You have young black boys in America who only wanted to be basketball players or rappers now wanting to be presidents because they have the Obama role model. If you want Nigerian coaches to develop, the same thing has to happen. There has to be a Nigerian coach to look up to. If we leave Keshi on the job long enough, he'll get the experience he needs to increase his tactical arsenal.
Okay.